tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of
What's
them.
What's blasphemy mean? It's like wrong, right? It's going against the Bible, right? Speaking against God's word, right? Start over at that part. I know.
Okay. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
Who says they're Jews? You know who says they're Jews.
Can you pinpoint where
the people that are living in the people that are living in that land that are fighting with the Palestinians? What do they call themselves? Say it. It's okay.
Can you give me the first letter?
J.
Jaredites.
No, they call themselves Jews.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, they call themselves Jews, right?
Jewish.
Start over. Well, Jewish, but at the same time they call themselves Jews. Start over at that point.
Okay.
And get Revelation 3 and 9 too.
I just start all over again. Revelation 2 and 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
That's speaking about the true Israelites. Keep going.
Can I get this too? Is that cool?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
That's right. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
Somebody's lying. That's what this Bible's saying, right? Somebody's not telling the truth. Right? Y'all agree with that? Sounds like it, right? Just go ahead and finish it.
Which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Synagogue of Satan, right? Somebody's lying, saying that they're the Jews. Somebody's lying and saying that they're the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? Who's lying, right? Go ahead with that one, and then jump. You go to Deuteronomy
28. I got you. I'm already on in the spirit.
Verse 9. This is going to say pretty much the same thing, Revelation 2 and 9, right? Y'all believe in the Bible, right? This is the King James Bible right here.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie.
Somebody is saying that they're Jews and they're not, according to the Bible, and they're lying, right? Right? You got that, right? So who's lying, who's telling the truth, right? Moses, was he what you would call a Jew or Israelite? Yes, of course he was, right? Is that done?
Oh, it just says, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet and to know that I have loved thee.
So somebody's lying, right? Moses, like in that movie, The Ten Commandments, he got the Ten Commandments, the tablet that the Most High himself wrote on, right? And who did he bring it to? The Israelites, right? So Moses was speaking to the Israelites, right? Somebody's lying, somebody's telling the truth, right? So go ahead, go to Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Actually, read 28, verse 15.
Verse 15, okay. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord.
This is Moses speaking to the children of Israel, right? Go ahead.
Unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these curses, if you don't listen to the Lord, that's what Moses was telling the Israelites. If you don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments in this Bible, you're going to be cursed, right? And I'm not going to tell you, but I want you to read one of those specific curses that will let you know who the true people of Israel are. Go ahead in verse 68.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Who was sold? Who went into slavery by ships and was sold to bondmen and bondwomen? Who did that happen to?
The Africans.
They weren't Africans, but that's what somebody would say if they didn't know the first two scriptures that we read.
She's right, though.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
well, and we all evolved from the black race.
You got the Bible dictionary? Because we can answer that question real quick.
Well, I already know that. I'm a seminarian.
But what she's saying is that
You can go to Savannah and go
one
in the
second,
war.
1 second. I understand what you're saying. What she's saying is that we come from African background. What I just read for you was that those people that went into slavery by slave ships and were sold to bondmen, sold as bondmen and bondwomen, who did that happen to? The Israelites, because that's who Moses was talking to, right? You can't be an Israelite and African. That's not right. It's one or the other, right? It's in my bag.
Well, I'm right there because I'm a Leo the Lion. And I truly am a mystic.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. Then you
So I'm going to read him. So he's going to read this to give you further proof as to who is African and who is not African, right? Is that what she said? Is if she wouldn't have heard those first two scriptures, that's probably the answer that everyone would give, right? But somebody's lying, somebody's telling the truth. And through Moses, he said that if you don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments, speaking to the Israelites, you're going to go into slavery by ships, right? That explains this son, right? Now to answer her question and to edify, to give you some more understanding as to who the Africans are, go ahead. If you got a scripture, let him read it.
Zondervan's compact off the dictionary. Buy it on your own online.
This, it just takes the words that are in the Bible and it gives you a definition. That's all it is. It's just like any other encyclopedia or dictionary, right?
This is the word Ham.
Who is Ham? You saw the movie Noah? Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Those were the three sons of Noah.
No, not that crazy movie that just came out of Noah. Not that weirdo
He still had
ass.
three sons of Noah, right?
Yeah, but it was weird, man.
Those were the sons of Noah, and after the flood, that's how the world was populated. Through Noah, right? That's where everybody came from, right? Right?
This is Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the eight persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Hold that right there. Now, what does that mean? If I just left it alone right there, what does that mean? The progenitor of the dark races. He's the beginning of the dark races, right? Pretty much, right? He is the progenitor of the dark races. But keep reading.
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negro.
What does that mean? Not the Negroes. What that means is there are dark people. I'm going to just give it to you real simple. There's dark people on the earth, but all of them aren't from Ham. Not the Negro. Who was called Negroes? Who's still called Negroes? So-called black people that you see that are over here. Not every single one of them, because you can make a distinct definition between Africans and those who you call like African Americans, right? Yeah. Right? You look at them and you can tell, right? Like if you look on the UT football team, you wouldn't call those Africans, right? You would say they're African American, right? So that's what this is explaining right there. So that gives you a good explanation as to this sign, right? Not fully, because it would take a while to break down each tribe, but what I'm giving you is a base understanding of the Bible, right? Go ahead.
Nah, I just go ahead, bro. Go ahead, gotcha.
It says not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. Those are all specifically African nations.
African nations, but not the Negro. The Negro isn't African. Does that make sense? Go ahead.
And also for edification, the name Africa comes from a white Roman general by the name of Scipio Africanus. So a lot of people don't know that, where that actual title or name of that land came from. Actually, the land was known as the land of Canaan. That's what the land was actually known as. A lot of people don't know that according to the Bible or anything for that matter. So a lot of people don't really read scriptures. You may go to church on Sunday and just hear what the pastor say, give you them nice little smooth words and just pray and keep hope alive and all that type of shit. So you're not really gonna get the truth out of what's really being told to you according to the word. Because you gotta remember, when he said we would go into Egypt again with ships, Egypt was already destroyed. We just read Deuteronomy. Now that's talking about in the Bible, in Revelation, it talks about a spiritual Egypt. See, people don't truly pay attention to certain things. And to further prove that point of what he just read to you in the dictionary, this is Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doeth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
That's right. So the Lord Most High put a distinct difference between the Africans and the Israelites. So now you have an understanding of who the Israelites are and who they're not, right? So you got a good base. Y'all got any questions? Or
Yeah, what church are you guys promoting?
we don't promote a church. We just
Nothing?
preach the Bible.
Just
That's
preach
it.
Yeah. By any chance, do you know what the word church means?
Like the dictionary definition?
Yeah, simple
Whatever
dictionary.
you got.
I would say the word church would mean a gathering of people
Okay, gathering.
religiously.
But it also
pursuing
it means
salvation.
to call out.
Calling out. Okay.
Yeah, so as we're out here talking, like right now, you just happen to come up and ask us what were we doing here, and now we're gathering together
As a church.
as a church.
As a church.
Yes,
Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name.
that's right.
There I
See,
will be also
so
that, yeah.
you actually know the script. You know a little bit of the scriptures.
Just a teeny bit.
Yeah, I know it's okay, but like I said, as we're reading some of this to you, it's becoming more clear to you that what that brother just read to you in the beginning, there's somebody lying saying that they're the Jews today. So basically, straight to the point of the matter, those people who live over in Israel today call themselves Jewish. There's only
And also Israeli.
Israeli. They don't call themselves Israelites, and they don't call themselves Jews. And they only referring themselves as one particular tribe.
They're missing the
Where's the other tribes at?
Right?
And the Most High said in the Bible, Israel would not go back into that land until all tribes come back together, and there will be peace on earth.
That's right.
Look at the chaos we're in right now.
And that's a great point, because what he read earlier in Deuteronomy 28:15, that gives you your answer as to why do you see all this uproar, all this stuff on TV, the so-called black man getting shot, right? It's happening pretty much every day now, right? You're seeing the riots, you're seeing all that. What he read for you is the answer as to why that happened, why that is happening.
Yeah.
Because the so-called black people that you see on this sign and that you see walking around in front of your eyes, they didn't follow the laws, statutes, and commandments in the Bible, and the Lord is punishing them for that. Give Amos 3 and 2. It makes total sense. If you understand the Bible and you believe in the truth of the Bible, not the fairy tale aspect of it, then the world makes a lot of sense. But it's like they say, it's a hard pill to swallow, right? Because somebody's lying. And if we can prove that they're lying about that, obviously we can prove just about every other lie that they tell. Go ahead.
Amos 3 verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken. The Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore will I punish you for all of your iniquities.
That's right. Because we didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, just like he read, you will be punished. You're going to be punished, right? Now go ahead and go back to that, Deuteronomy 28:15, and just read some of the curses. And
Yeah, because I was going to read a few of them. I'll read 48 to prove a point, you know what I'm saying? Because you'll know for a fact this didn't happen to these people who call themselves Jewish Israeli today. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send thee against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness.
Now who's serving their enemies? The so-called black man, the so-called Mexican, the so-called Native American. They're the ones that are in this society. They're the ones that are working the bottom jobs, picking oranges for 25 cents a day, right? They're the ones on welfare. And without welfare, they probably would be just in the street dead, right? Who's living that type of lifestyle in this country? Right? Is that true?
I mean, if you truly, I'm just saying, we're being honest with you. It's not like we're just saying this like we're protesting out here, going crazy. Nothing. We just, once again, it's just a matter of getting straight to the facts of what's going on around you. People can't remain in denial anymore. Why do you think people are protesting? You know what I'm saying? It's obviously happening. You know what I'm saying? Right in front of your faces. If it's on the internet, if it's on the news, it's there. You can't deny it anymore. It can't be hidden.
Hey, can I make one more point too?
Oh,
I mean, 'cause since we're right here across the street from the University of Texas, I mean, who are the ones that are your gladiators in the arena, fucking their bodies up to eventually make it into the league, so then they could earn a living? And you see, if you study these football players in particular, see the head concussions and the injuries they get over time, the medical bills they get from destroying their bodies over long periods of time. Who are the main ones that dominate the league? Be honest. Any one of you. Who are the main ones that dominate? I'm not even trying to say this as a put down.
And if you don't want to answer that point,
quarterbacks or running backs? Any position.
Right? It's the so-called black man
And if you ain't
that's
careful,
going through that.
the quarterback's going to get taken too.
That's right. But to make the point even more clear, who owns the team?
But yeah, that's
To make it even more clear, who owns the team? Exactly. Who's out there busting their ass, like he said, getting concussions? And who owns the team? Who's serving white people that do it too?
Yeah,
I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying they're not. But if you look at the roster, on each team, it's a majority of the people on this side. Right? In every majority, yes. Except hockey. But there's still black people.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna finish this. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Now, one thing I want to mention is everybody likes to talk about that bullshit Holocaust. You know what I'm saying? That happened.
Go ahead, you got it.
Yeah, I got a picture, everybody likes to talk about the Holocaust and how these people suffered so bad under Hitler and all this other nonsense, but it ain't nothing compared to who suffered as a whole entire nation according to these scriptures and the curses that we read. And when have these people ever had yokes of iron upon their neck? If any of you know black history, you would know that's what they've done to us.
And when did they go into slavery by ships? Those so-called Jews, those who you call white people, that are in Israel right now, when did they ever go into slavery by ships and sold to another person? When did that happen to them?
To those people that call themselves Jewish today.
Never happened. I got the answer for you. It never happened. So that proves Revelation 2 and 9, that somebody is calling themselves a Jew and they're not. That proves that.
There's a lot more you can go into, obviously, but we'd be here like all night.
Yeah, we just hitting y'all straight to the point, you know what I'm saying?
Gone into the fact that, I mean, just based off the fact that what most people would call a Holocaust really didn't even happen. All the historical facts that you've been fed to believe that 6 million so-called Jews were burned in ovens and when there weren't even documented 6 million so-called Jews on the whole earth. I believe it was like half that. But they all just got burned up in ovens over there in Germany. No.
That's right. Yeah, so once again, this is what we're out here preaching as far as the word, and we prove to people all the time. According to these curses, this is who the actual Israelites are according to the Bible. And Jews is once again only referring to one group, one particular group, which are the so-called Negroes. And once again, we proved that those people that you call the Jews were black. Well, that's why if you see this image right here, whom they call Jesus Christ, doesn't look anything like this according to the scriptures. He's described a few times in the scriptures.
That's right. So we brought it up. You might as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you could say that. Why does it matter? I mean, you may be thinking that, you may not, but you could say, why does that even matter? Why would we bring up the fact that whom the world calls Jesus Christ does not look like that image at the top? What matters for truth's sake? Because when you go to read, we read Revelation earlier, which is about to read again, it gives a distinct description of what Jesus looked like. In Daniel, the 7th chapter, and in Daniel